The law of attraction. You've all heard of it, but what is it? How does it work and how can you use it? Let's talk a little bit about that. Hey guys, welcome back to Tipharot. It's me, Matt here, and today I want to talk about the law of attraction. So, I see this explained in so many ways by so many different people, and I feel like there's a way to explain it a lot simpler that it'll make more sense to most people out there. So, the law of attraction is basically this principle that like attracts like. In other words, positive thoughts and actions and so on attract positive things. It's sort of a principle almost like karma. And, when people talk about the law of attraction, often the first thing you hear people saying is stuff like, if you think that, you're going to be rich and believe that you're going to be rich and so on, you're going to be rich. And, if you think about attracting a new car into your life, you're going to attract a new car into your life. And people don't really talk about how this can possibly happen. So you just get this impression when you hear people talking about this, that this is some kind of weird, strange, new agey stuff that doesn't make much sense. When in actual fact there is a real layer of sense beneath it, and there is a real explanation for exactly why this works, and I'm going to share that with you guys right now. So first of all, I want you to think about all the circumstances that you have in your life. What did you actually have to do to get there? Would you agree that the circumstances you have in your life correlate to the actions that you perform in your life? In other words, you've done certain things that have led you in a certain direction. For example, you applied for that job, which is now why you're working there. You met that person at this place because you decided to actually go there in the first place. And all of these things that you've encountered in your life, most of your circumstances are there because of your decisions. Let's agree on that, at least. Now, how did those decisions come about? Surely, at some point before those decisions, you spent some time thinking about them. Maybe it was spontaneous, or maybe, you sat there and you actually thought about it for a long time and decided on doing something in a certain way. That job that you applied for, you decided that you wanted that job, you thought the pay was good, you thought the location was really good, and you liked the people working there, so you wanted to get it. So you put out that application, you took that action, and your circumstances changed. But that started with a thought. And that thought too originated from somewhere. That thought that you actually wanted that job originated from your belief systems. You believe certain things that made you like the people at that place. You believe certain things that made you like the location of that place. You believe certain things that make you feel like that paycheck is an acceptable amount. So, would you not then agree that your beliefs directly led you to your circumstances? I want you to think about that. You see, I bring this up because sometimes people like to really over-mystify these things, when in actual fact there is logical reasoning behind why these things work. So when we talk about the law of attraction and this idea of like attracting like, what we're actually saying is that our beliefs and our inner thoughts and our inner feelings then evoke certain, decisions, which evoke certain actions, which evoke certain circumstances. It's not just a case of you shutting yourself in a room, in a monastery out in the woods, never moving a muscle and just thinking about that new car until it suddenly appears beside you. It's the fact that you're thinking about that new car, which is causing you to make decisions that move you towards that new car, which is causing you to eventually get that new car. That is how the law of attraction works. It's not, it's not some crazy, force that makes things appear out of thin air. It is the simple way that we work as people. When we believe certain things, when we have certain core values instilled in us, they affect everything about our lives. And that is how we can change our lives, by changing the inner thoughts and beliefs that we have. So how can we use the law of attraction? Well, there are many ways you can use it, but one of the most powerful and simplest ways is through visualization. Visualize the things that you want in your life each day for 10 to 15 minutes and really feel it. Feel those things as if you actually have them yourself. And when you actually start to do that, you're actually going to change those inner beliefs, because one of the great things about your mind is the subconscious, that bit that is beneath everything, that bit that controls your body, all your hormones, and all of your actual core beliefs and decisions. It doesn't really know truth from fiction. So if you keep telling it that, hey, you have that new car, hey, you have that money, or that job that you wanted, or that house in that, luxurious country that you wanted to go to, or whatever it is that you want. So if you keep telling it that you have that job that you want, that you have that money, that you have that car, that you have those new friends, that you have that place in university, that you've started that career project that you wanted to work on, whatever it is, if you keep telling it and repeating it, your subconscious eventually accepts that as if it's actually true. It believes that. And once your subconscious believes that, now you have a whole belief system in place that is going to be affecting everything you do. Now you're going to be making decisions based on that belief system. Based on the belief that you already have that, you're going to be making decisions. And you're going to act like someone who already has that. And when you start acting like someone who already has that, guess what happens? You become the person that actually has that. It's really not that complicated. It's really a lot simpler when you actually think about it step by step like that. And that doesn't actually, take anything away from how powerful it is. It really is as powerful as people make it out to be. Because your beliefs are the core of your entire existence. If you don't have the right belief systems, your life simply won't progress in a certain direction. You have to actually instill those beliefs, change your attitude inside, change your thoughts, and then you can change your circumstances. It doesn't happen the other way around. Now, another way that you can do this is through, say, affirmations. You can tell yourself a certain thing repeatedly over and over, and that will work as well. Or perhaps you can draw out your actual ideal life. One thing that a lot of people do is vision boards. They take pictures of things that they actually want to have and they put it on a board, and every day they look at it and they tell themselves, I have this. This is mine, I have this. And once you instill that belief enough times, guess what happens? The belief systems change, your decisions change, your actions change, and your circumstances change. So hopefully this helps some of you guys out. If you do want to learn more, then I suggest checking out all the other people's videos on this subject, because there's millions of them on YouTube. It's a really popular subject and people have different experiences with it. But overall you'll see that the people who are actually using this are getting results from it. I remember when I first heard about the law of attraction, I just thought it was some silly fad. Well, as I actually learned to understand how it worked and didn't just see it as, this mystical force, controlling everything, that's when I actually started to see that it was legit. And when I actually put it into practice myself and got, amazing results, that was when I said, okay, yeah, this works. Now, if you do want to learn more about visualization, about the particular process I use for this, that's actually what my ebook, 4 Steps to Manifesting Anything, is all about. Basically, I made this ebook because I already have a method that I use. When I'm doing this sort of thing, when I'm visualizing and so on, I have a 4-step method that I go through to get my thoughts, my emotions, my actions and my circumstances all in the right order so that I actually, get the results that I want. And the way that I do this, I've basically outlined all the steps, the 4 steps, put it into a nice, short, concise ebook, and made it so that you guys can actually do the same thing, without having to, create the method yourself like I did. So if you guys are actually interested in that, you can get that on my Gumroad page for $5. You can find the link up there and you can read more about it there as well. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'd love to hear some of your stories. Those of you who are using the law of attraction, who are visualizing or who are doing sigils or anything else that, relies on these principles, tell us about the results that you're getting. I'd love to hear, so share some of that down in the comments below. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, remember to subscribe up there because we've got more videos like this coming out multiple times a week. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, or want to share your own experiences with this, do so down below. And if you want to keep watching, check out the video that's linked on screen. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.